easement. I think.
I think this gentleman here is here to talk about it, but he said he was waiting for somebody else. So, but I think Frank must be here to talk about it too. So.
Right. So the Flood Commission,
and Aaron.
the Hartford Flood Commission.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Hartford Court of Common Council Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee meeting on this Thursday evening, November 14th. I'm John Gale, the chair of this committee, and to my left is Minority Leader Wildelise Bermudez, and to my right is Majority Leader James Sanchez. Tonight we have two items on the agenda, and we'll just get right into it with item number one, which is a communication from Mayor Bronin with an accompanying resolution which would authorize the city to enter into a lease agreement with New Singular Wireless PCS LLC to do various things. Do I hear a motion on that?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to postpone item number one.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of postponing item number one, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item number one is postponed to the next meeting of this committee, which will be the first Tuesday in December, whatever date that is, unless otherwise rescheduled. But that would be the next date of this committee meeting. Okay, moving right along to item number two. With accompanying resolution authorizing the city to grant temporary construction easements to the Connecticut Department of Transportation required for the rehabilitation of the state-owned bridge. Yes, sir.
Hi, Frank Delaropa, City Engineer. I am going to speak on behalf of DOT and CME, their consultant, but they can chime in if I miss anything. As flood director or director of the Flood Commission, certain activities that affect the levee system or anything to do with the flood system, we have to make recommendations to accept or not accept what the activity is. In this particular case, the highway coming from East Hartford over the bridge, when you go from 84 to 91 northbound, they're going to do some work. The DOT is going to do some work to that bridge that crosses.
Buckley Bridge?
It's not the Buckley Bridge, but it's the little overpass. Once you come over the bridge, it's the little overpass that takes you to 91 North.
Oh, the connector.
The connector, you want to call it the connector. And so what they plan on doing, it's really small repairs. They are going to resurface. You're going to resurface the whole top of that bridge, right? But the things that I don't care about that. What I care as a flood commission is what's going to happen underneath. They're encroaching on our flood control system. So, for instance, there's drainage that comes off of that bridge, and you don't want that drainage just to spill onto the levee system. That could wear it out. So they're going to have a concrete swale that's going to channel the water to a catch basin. There's actually an existing catch basin. They're going to modify that. So that's really the big piece that we're concerned about. We've reviewed the drawings, and we've accepted what they need to do. Council has been involved to review it. We have to get a temporary easement It's not a permanent easement, temporary easement. And so that's what we're here to have you approve. I don't know if I missed any. You guys, anybody, council, Jim, want to mention anything else?
Yesterday.
And I forgot to mention, I'm just consistent at this. Our Corporation Counsel, able Corporation Counsel, James Del Visco.
Thank you. Yesterday, the Flood Commission approved this work. There was an application by the state, and so it has gone over that hurdle with conditions. And the state is giving the city $6,000 for these temporary easements. They're easements that will extinguish upon the completion of the work that's done out there. That's all I have to add. We do have the state's consultant with us if there are any other questions. Here you go.
So, my question is for both Frank De La Ripa and DOT, right?
CME Associates with the consultant for DOT.
Okay. Yeah, with DOT. So you said there's going to be an added concrete swale to direct the flow, and it's going into a catch basin that's existing. Now, being a former engineer of MDC and an expert on these flows and the matters of storm water collection, how is that going to affect the area on a rain event, especially when, with the, global warming, now that we're getting more intense, shorter rain events? How is that going to affect flooding, and especially in the area of that's in the...
Yeah, this catch basin, Councilman, flows back into the river, correct? So it doesn't go into the MDC system.
All right, now what happens in springtime when the elevation of the river is high and the gravity is going to push back on the rain event? What then?
Well, this system is not connected at all to the MDC system.
Okay.
So that area, you wouldn't be able to walk the path or anything if the river was at 100-year elevation. So it's like I said, it's existing, and we're just making it better, or they're making it better per our recommendation. So the swale, the water comes off the bridge. If you drive many times, you'll see pipes coming off the bottom.
Right.
Those pipes are being directed to a swale, and that swale is directed to a catch basin that goes out to the river.
And this area, is it the area where you take exit 33, you take a right down Jenny's Road into the Park River,
I think it's,
No, it's
where the
not-
boathouse?
If you're coming off the Bulkley and you're heading north on 91, it's that ramp that goes from the Bulkley to 91 north. So it goes over the river, and it goes over the trail there underneath.
Okay.
We have the plans.
yeah. They have plans, you're welcome to see the plans, they don't have any pictures. Actually, you know what? Does this help?
It gives them an overview. Yeah.
So, they're
This is
coming,
Liebert Road. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here.
so they come this way. This is the bridge we're talking about.
Right, okay, it's the off-ramp from 84 going west.
Correct.
So you're at 84 west, and then this is the first exit to go to 91 to Springfield before you go over 91. Let's see, where's that? And what's the time frame?
Time frame right now, we're going off the advertisement within a couple months, and then we're gonna be out there in the spring.
In the spring? And would this construction interfere with any activities, do we have any activities at all going on in that area?
Well, there's the River Park.
Right.
And in which they've blessed the project. There's gonna be a little bit of a disturbance that they're gonna restore. The River Park is okay with that. Your construction season is a full season, right? Starting in the spring and going through into this time of year, about now. And as far, Riverfront said that they were okay with it, so.
No, he just said the riverfront is okay with it. Okay, thank you. Riverfront.
Riverfront recapture, this is going through their area.
Okay.
And just, nobody asked a question, but when we get money from easements like this, we like to put it back in the flood budget, because we need it, really bad, so.
So moved. No. So I do have a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
And I think you just answered it. This is expected to take one construction season, so you're going to start in the spring, you should be done by the fall. And it strikes me that the work that's being done is going to be underneath this bridge and then going down to this swale, correct?
Correct.
And when you're working underneath this bridge, are you going to impede the ability of people to use that river walk?
Underneath, so we are going to have temporary access through the Riverwalk Park, and we are going to be putting up scaffolding above there, so that the workers can work on the steel beams and on the bearing pads and such of the bridge. So there's a lot of steel repairs that need to be done to the structure, as well as bearing pad replacements and that type of thing. So they'll put up a platform to be able to work above that, but there should be enough height for
Yeah, so they're isolated.
People could still walk
Yeah,
back and
yeah,
forth.
the only transport back and forth would be, I'm speaking to support these guys, is to, there'll be a laydown area to bring materials, to have a pickup truck to bring, but it's not like they can't excavate anything. There's no excavation on this project.
the superstructure of the bridge, which is, the beams and the carrying, right.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to be clear that it's not like we're going to be closing off the river walk. People will still be able to free flow from the Mortensen Plaza to the boathouse and back. That walkway will be open.
We worked with Riverfront Recapture quite a bit, actually. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of improvements they asked us to make as part of this. When we access through their property, there's a couple of the trails they wanted us to repave over, so we're including that in the project. So we'll be beautifying a couple of the trails that are underneath that are old and kind of need some rehabilitation. So we'll get in there, do what we need to do, and on the way out, the contractor will repave some of the trail there.
So one other question. You mentioned, Frank, that there were this construction was going to include a new swale of some sort.
Yeah, there's an existing swale that's kind of antiquated.
Okay. So I guess that was my question was, what had been happening with the water to date? And I take it we're draining the deck up above. This is
Correct.
to drain the rainwater that falls
Correct.
on the highway. So this is going to the side of the highway and it's draining down. It is currently draining into the Connecticut River.
Currently draining there, it has eroded some of the material that it was draining onto, and that's what we're gonna fix. We're gonna, replace that material and fix it and get it down towards the catch basin as opposed to onto the walking trail, and then from the catch basin onto the river.
Okay, and I assume, Frank, this makes our levee more secure and
Correct.
and
Yeah,
helps the
the
integrity of the whole levee
Yep,
system.
correct. The previous drainage system was actually the opposite. It was making it a little bit worse.
Starting to undermine
So
the
this-
levee.
Yeah, so this is a good deal.
Okay. I have no other questions. Anybody else? No. Can I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion on a motion to send this back to council with a favorable recommendation? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll send this back to council for its November 25th meeting, I believe, and should get, it'll get consideration by council at that time. I can't imagine that it won't pass, but I won't speak for all of council. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any other business to come before this committee tonight?
There
Here-
can't be no other business. There can't be no other.
Because we didn't put it on the agenda. Thank you.
It's a special meeting.
Thank you.
You knew that.
Thank you. Okay, meeting is adjourned. Gavel. Thank you, sir.